Good evening and welcome. This is a developing financial news update focusing on movements and signals emerging from global markets and their possible implications for the precious metals sector, particularly gold and silver. Recent developments across financial markets are drawing increased attention to these traditional safe haven assets. Investors, analysts, and market observers are closely monitoring market indicators that may influence the direction of gold and silver prices in the near term. While the global financial environment continues to shift amid changing economic conditions, these developments have placed renewed focus on how precious metals are positioned within the broader investment landscape. As attention continues to build around precious metals, market participants are carefully reviewing several developments across global financial systems that are contributing to increased focus on gold and silver. Activity in international markets has recently reflected a shift in investor attention toward assets that have historically been associated with stability during periods of financial uncertainty. This renewed interest is occurring as investors evaluate economic indicators and broader market conditions that may influence investment decisions. In commodity trading markets, both gold and silver have experienced noticeable trading activity as investors monitor signals coming from multiple financial sectors. Analysts observing these developments point to the role that macroeconomic data often plays in shaping investor sentiment. Economic reports, central bank communications, and shifts in currency markets are among the factors that can influence demand for precious metals. At the same time, fluctuations in global equity markets and bond yields are also being closely tracked. These movements can affect how investors allocate capital across different asset classes. During periods when markets are responding to changing economic conditions, assets such as gold and silver frequently attract attention as part of broader portfolio diversification strategies. As these developments continue to unfold, traders and financial institutions are closely analyzing market data and price movements. The ongoing assessment of these signals remains a key factor in understanding the current level of interest surrounding gold and silver in the global financial landscape. In recent trading sessions, market participants have observed notable activity surrounding gold and silver as global financial markets respond to a combination of economic signals and investor sentiment. Precious metals have historically played a significant role during periods of economic uncertainty, inflation concerns, and shifts in currency values. As financial markets process new information and evolving economic data, gold and silver are once again appearing at the center of discussions among investors, evaluating asset allocation and risk management strategies. As global financial markets continue to process incoming economic signals, additional developments within commodity trading and investor behavior are contributing to the sustained attention surrounding gold and silver. Market participants across major financial centers are closely monitoring price activity in precious metals as part of a broader effort to understand how current market conditions may influence asset performance. Trading desks, financial institutions, and commodity analysts are reviewing market data and investor positioning as part of their ongoing assessment of developments within the metals sector. Recent activity within commodity exchanges has reflected steady monitoring of price movements in both gold and silver. Investors frequently evaluate these metals within the context of broader market dynamics, including currency fluctuations and interest rate movements. Changes in these areas can influence the attractiveness of precious metals compared with other financial assets. As global markets continue to respond to economic updates and financial indicators, these relationships remain an important area of focus for those involved in commodity and financial market analysis. Financial analysts also note that precious metals markets are influenced by international trading flows and investor demand across different regions. As economic conditions shift, investors may adjust their portfolios in response to updated market expectations or risk considerations. In such environments, gold and silver often receive increased attention as part of broader discussions surrounding capital preservation and asset diversification. At the institutional level, market observers report that professional investors and financial firms continue to evaluate a range of economic indicators while assessing opportunities and risks across asset classes. Gold and silver remain among the commodities frequently reviewed during such evaluations due to their long-standing role in global financial markets. Historical patterns have often shown that precious metals can experience changes in trading activity during periods when markets are responding to evolving economic data. Meanwhile, currency markets and government bond yields remain closely watched indicators that may influence investor interest in precious metals. Movements in these areas can affect how investors view the relative value of holding assets, such as gold and silver. For this reason, financial analysts regularly monitor developments across these sectors when assessing broader trends in commodity markets. Across the financial sector, traders are also paying attention to liquidity levels and trading volumes within metals markets. These metrics can offer insights into investor participation and market momentum. When trading activity increases, it can reflect heightened engagement from market participants who are responding to new financial information or shifting economic conditions. As global markets continue to react to economic updates and financial policy discussions, the relationship between precious metals and other financial instruments remains an important topic for analysts and investors. Monitoring these interconnected signals helps market participants better understand how developments in one sector may influence activity in another. These ongoing observations form part of the broader effort by financial professionals to interpret the signals currently emerging from global markets. While the situation continues to evolve, analysts emphasize the importance of closely following verified economic data and market indicators when evaluating developments in commodities such as gold and silver. As we conclude this report, the developments surrounding gold and silver remain closely tied to broader signals emerging from global financial markets. Investors, analysts, and financial institutions continue to monitor these precious metals as part of the wider landscape of economic activity and market behavior. Recent movements in trading activity and investor attention reflect how gold and silver remain central to discussions about financial stability and asset allocation during periods when markets are processing evolving economic information. Throughout global commodity markets, both metals continue to be observed within the context of multiple financial indicators. Currency fluctuations, movements in government bond yields, and changes in equity market performance are among the factors that analysts are reviewing as they assess overall market conditions. These interconnected elements often play a role in shaping investor decisions and influencing the level of activity within precious metals markets. At the same time, the response from market participants highlights the continued relevance of gold and silver within the global financial system. For many investors, these metals have historically represented assets that are monitored closely whenever economic signals begin to shift. The current environment, marked by ongoing financial data releases and policy discussions, has once again placed attention on how these commodities behave within the broader framework of international markets. Financial institutions, traders, and analysts continue to review incoming economic information while evaluating how various asset classes are performing. Within this process, gold and silver remain part of the broader conversation surrounding investment strategies and portfolio considerations. Their performance and trading patterns are being tracked alongside other financial indicators as markets respond to changing conditions. For now, the focus remains on observing verified market data and understanding how global financial signals may influence investor behavior. As developments continue to unfold across international markets, gold and silver remain among the key assets being watched by those seeking to interpret the direction of the global financial landscape